So today we're going to create shell texturing in shader graph. Unity 6. Simple shader graph tutorial. So first, let's create the shader graph, of course. Go to shaders. Let's create shader graph, built-in lit, and let's call this shell texturing. We're going to use this to create moss or grass. I already have everything enabled, so all we have to do is, after creating the shader graph, is double click it, and here we are. So first thing, we're not going to go transparent. No, we're just going to be opaque. Remember, let me just zoom in this so that you guys can see more. I know I could zoom it more, but I want it this way. Remember, we're going to use opaque. We're not going to use transparent on this one, and we're also going to use alpha clipping. So it's going to be our transparent part. That's how we're going to do the transparency. We're just going to alpha clip it. So first of all, the thing that you need is shell index. This will determine the ID. It could be shell ID of the, like, what number of the shell. Like, is it the 0 shell? Is it the first shell? And then we also need max shell. This is the max number of shell, max shell count, or total shells maybe. I have to think. You know what? I want every word to start at the word shell total. Why not? So shell total. So first we need this, and then this, and then we just have to divide it. The shell index has to be on top. Dividing, let's put value of 0, value of 40, and let's put it there. This gives me OCD, not gonna lie. Stop giving me OCD. Yeah. And then we're going to multiply this b to another float called shell minimum height. This could be like, we could just call this shell offset, but shell offset is a good name for it. Multiply it there. Shell offset should be something like, I don't know, 0.5. OCD. There we go. I'm gonna have tons of OCD. Actually, I think, no, not like that. I think we should move it somewhere here. Just gonna use this one a lot. So after doing this, so this is just the shells, like the positions of the shells. we're going to vector 3 y. So y is the what do you call this? The height. Y is the height in Unity, the vertical height. If you're using objects that come from Blender, I think you have to go Z instead of Y, because everything in Blender is rotated, unless you are able to export it properly, I guess. But I don't know how to export it properly. We just have to add this. Add and do a position. Just have to add those. Again, the OCD. I don't really have OCD. Just wanted to look beautiful. There we go. And then we're going to the added one. I'm just looking at my guide here. We're going to add another add. This one's B. And then we're going to here. So another add there. So let's do what we're going to add here, which is going to be another object position on the top. Create position. This is going to be the wind. So I think we should do the wind later. Let's do the texture first. But yeah, copy, paste, put it in here, and split this, and then vector 2 x. So here again, if you're exported something from Blender and it's not working, you might do it like this. But since we're only going to use like Unity spline, I'm going to just create a Unity spline, and in Unity spline, the G is the height instead of the Z, because in Blender the Z is the height, so you have to rotate it. But then it's not rotated, so we have to do something like this because it's from Blender, but it's from Unity. Just do it like this. Let's go CD, OCD, and then that's great. And then we just have to multiply this, multiply B to shell scale. So let's add another float. Actually, this is not a float. This is a vector 2 shell scale. So the reason why the scale is vector 2, I want you to be able to like scale it on the x-axis and in the y-axis, so that you could manipulate the texture whenever you wanted to. And you'll see later why I prefer it to be that way. Next is going to be I really wish you could move this using arrow keys, like tiny bits, make it more precise. So we multiplied the the scale. So now we have to go to shell texture. I mean, yeah, texture. Wait, no, sample texture. And then I'm going to add a texture to the, let's call this shell texture. So this is going to be the texture you're going to use to like show the grass or moss or furry skin and everything that you need for shell texturing basically. Yeah, we're getting delayed because my might be perfect. It's cool. Look at that, it's beautiful. And then of course we subtract this. Oh, okay. Subtract A. Subtract this by the one we have here. So that's why I created a gap there. I know it's weird, but that's how it works. In fact, we could maybe put it down here. Okay. That's straight. Doesn't look straight. Doesn't matter. Looks straight enough. And then we just have to step ln. This has to be 0, 0, 0, and 1. So step, this says, hey, if it's lower than 0, I mean it's higher than 0, then no. I mean, I don't know, I forgot. It's lower than 0, then it won't be shown. So it's going to be in lower or equal to 0 in our alpha. So it lag, okay. Stop lagging please. It has to be straight. It has to be straight. It has to be straight. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. After that, so now we have the shell texture, and then we could scale the shells. I think it's better if this is below here. And then, yeah, so next is the color. We almost forgot to do the color, which is going to be this. Yeah, the color needs to be in between. Oh man. Oh man, gonna destroy this. So we're gonna put it here and then go multiply. And then add another float. Let's call this gradient color strength. Like that. Gradient color strength. Gradient color strength. And then we multiply this by something. I'm not gonna multiply the. So we're gonna multiply this by wind so the wind will also work. And then of course we go to lerp. Right now it's going to be 0, but it's fine. And then we create color, stop color, and another color, which is going to be bottom color, and then the bottom color is going to be actually on top, and the top color is going to be on the second one, like this, and goes with that. Of course, yeah. What? Yeah. Lerp it, and then just go to base color. Oh no! Man, go back. Go to base color. Man. Look at that, beautiful. It's gonna get destroyed later. All in here. Yeah, that looks fine. Now for the wind. We're also going to create another texture for the wind, but I'm just going to repeat the texture later. I'm just going to input the same texture, So yeah, for the wind, we also have to use this. By the way, in this texture, you could make this into absolute world, so that if you move it, if you move the object in the world, the grass will move away also. It depends that the grass patterns or the texture patterns will depend on the world position instead of object position. So I don't know the difference between world and absolute world. I think absolute works better. Anyway, if you want something like, I don't know, if you want the grass textures to be different all throughout the world, like different in this area, then it's different in this area, different patterns, then you have to do something like that. Although, yeah, my laptop is dying. So let's split this. You could also do it here. You can make this world absolute world. Actually, yeah, I think the wind has to be absolute world because it's the wind. It's like a global thing. So yeah, we go vector 2 again. If you are in Blender, if you objects from Blender, do like this. If not, do like this, unless you know how to export properly, I guess, which I don't. Because if I export from Blender, there's like a rotation in the x-axis that you have to do to correct the rotation, even though, I don't know, it's weird. I don't wanna, I'd rather just change it here than like this. Okay. Than doing it in Blender. So yeah, here is the vector 2, which we're going to multiply by wind scale. Wind scale is also going to be a vector too, because I want to scale them in the x-axis and in the y-axis. Gives you more freedom or control. Of course, we need, since it's a wind that moves, we're gonna need some time. And then wind speed. And then multiply. Okay. That. So multiply time wind speed and then multiply again, and then you need the vector 2 again called wind direction. So you could change the direction of the wind. Put it here, here. Yeah, straight line. Yeah, I think that's not a straight line. Yes. Yeah. Is that straight? It's not. It's not, is it? Yeah. And then yeah, we just have to multiply this. I mean, we have to add this first. Add this, put this. I'm using shift to align it properly. That's how you align it. So that it doesn't like lock. Look at that, beautiful. After adding it, we're gonna add the UV. So this time it's going to be different. We have to sample texture to the LOD. See, the one with the LOD. Because a while ago we used something that doesn't have an LOD. We need to add LOD so that you'll be able to connect to these things. That is very, very important. Let's just add texture, call it wind texture, and let's put it here, the wind scale, wind direction up, speed, direction, texture and scale. Use the UV, and then wind texture, put it here, make it beautiful. There, why not? Look at that. Look at that. It's like, I don't know, it's like orderly. All we need here is the R because it's going to be black and white. I mean, if you're like one of the guys who like makes very efficient textures where they only use like the R and or the G or the blue or the green, you have to take note of this. So if your texture is from the R, just take this. If it's in the green, if it's in the blue, yeah. So texture is an R, and all we have to do is add another multiply, and we're gonna add another float called max height added by wind. So the wind doesn't like sway everything, it's just scaling the texture. I don't know how to wave it. I tried to do it, but I can't figure it out. If you guys know how to wave it, just teach me. I don't know. I want to wave the shells. How do I explain this? I want to wave the shells, but only like the part of the shell should be waving. I know it's possible, but I can't seem to do it. When I do it, it doesn't change the appearance of the shell, so the shell stays the same, and I don't know why. I changed everything to object, still doesn't work. Yeah, you will see. So basically, we're not going to use the wind to like sway the shell textures. We're just gonna use it to like have a waving up and down, and also we're gonna change the color so that the wind, it's an illusion basically. I mean, shell texture itself is already an illusion. So illusion is on top of another illusion. We have to just multiply this again by this guy so that yeah. Now after we've multiplied, the output is going to go to the base color here. The base color a while ago is the base color. I'm going to put it in here. The output, and it's lagging. So the reason why I put it there so that the wind's texture will also affect the color. So that's what I said, when it goes up, it also, everything that goes up is also changing its color. Since it's going up, its top color should also change its color, the grass color, because the longer the grass, the brighter, and the shorter, the darker. So that's why we have to do something like that. And I think we could make this one. We also have to connect this to the vertex position we created a while ago. Since it's going to change the thing, we have to go put it in here. But the thing is, it's just a single value, so we have to add vector 3 into the mix. And again, if you are in Blender, go Z, because Z is the height. But if your object's from Blender, go Z. If it's not, go Y. So here's the thing that you need to change. This one, so the vector 3, vector 2, all the vector 3. I'm gonna change this because in Blender it's gonna be something like this, and it's lagging. Okay. So 1, 2. This one, I'll change it. It has to be 0, 0, 0, 1. 3 and 4. So this, you're going to add this inside the first shell texture, second one here. Let's just make it beautiful. That's beautiful enough. There. So here it is. It's the wind. Yeah. This is the shell. Actually, this is the color. This is the vertex. So wind, vertex, color, and this is the texture, shell texture. That doesn't look straight to me. So we go save it. Now for the fun part, we're going to apply it. So we're going to the game, load, and let's create empty first. Let's call this, put a 0. I cannot change because the thing is in here. How do I do this? As it is. And let's call this grass, I guess, or moss, because it will look like moss. Grass. There. And then in here you will have to create a 3D object called plane. There you go. Also, maybe later. Let's go up here. So here's the confusing part. I'm going to create a folder. We're going to create a folder. Shell textures. And put it in here. The shell texture we created, put it in there. Now, right click this, create material, call this 0, and then right click this, create material, call it 1, right click this. So this is us creating the shells. Material, call it 2. Every single shell layer is a different material. Call it 3. Right click, create material, call it 4. And I'm targeting like maybe 21 shells. Oh, misclick. See, that's why I don't play FPS games, first person shooters. Material, call it 5. Create material. And now it's loading. That's why, dude, I'm bad at FPS, man. Why does Unity have to be skill based? Call it 7. Call it 8. I really want to make it 20. So we're gonna do this until 20. Bear with me. Well, technically it's 21 because 0 is in here. And then 12, 13, 14. If you're watching on YouTube, skip 5 seconds. 15, 16, 17. What's this? Let's see. Error. Name. It's not assigned, but never use. Let's get rid of those. The error there is Unity's problem, I guess, because it's from Unity's script, the GUI. I know how to fix it. You just gotta do something about it. So yeah, it doesn't load properly, I guess. So this is the 0. I'm gonna remove the collider, and yeah. Control V this up to 20, and oh yeah, we don't need this. I don't want to delete this because it will lag. Just ignore that this exists. Anyway, let's go here and put 0. Oh man, I mean the materials. 0 in the material, and then 1 in the material of 1, 2 in the material of 2, 3 in the material of 3, 4 in the material of 4, so on and so forth. So you could make a program that does this automatically, but I'm not gonna write a program. I'm gonna do this manually. Sometimes you have to do it manually. Then, although yeah, if this happens to you, it's better just write a program, because like write the program like automatically creates the planes, I guess. It's 13, 14. So see, I'm just checking if I made a mistake. If you wrote the program, you're sure you won't make a mistake unless you made a mistake in the programming part. You know, I'm watching like Bob Ross videos in Twitch, and yeah, it's really nice to see Bob Ross. Especially like sometimes he just says like a random quote and it just hits you. Oh, I forgot. So this is 0. Okay, let's for the texture. I already created the texture. I already have a texture, but you could create your own texture. So this is just a simple Perlin noise. Perlin texture. Oh, by the way, the reason why I inputted a texture is because if you do it like, if you generate your own texture, see, for example, this texture, right? If you generated your own texture using gradient noise, like any kind of noise sample in here, gradient noise, simple noise, more noise. Actually, I don't know. But in gradient noise, it lags. So that's why we're using textures. It doesn't lag if using. I mean, I guess because since it's a gradient noise, it's infinite detail. But we don't need infinite detail. So yeah, we're gonna use textures. I think it's better to use textures in this scenario. Or in any scenario. The color is going to be green. And color is going to be dark green. So wind speed 1, 1, 1. Shell scale 1, 1. Gradient strength 20 or not. Wind scale 1, 1. Height 1. Shell offset. Okay. Now we're going to do it again. So, like I said, I'm watching Barbara's videos in Twitch, and just say something like, "Hey, you know, I forgot." He said something about not giving up. Yeah. So yeah, don't give up. As you can see, oh, right, 9. The grass is appearing, or the moss. It looks like moss. Could be good for an underwater area full of moss. Or maybe corals. You could do corals also. Not just textures. Before, I just watched motivational videos on YouTube, like the one where there's a buff guy telling you, never give up, never surrender. You know, if you don't do this, no one will do it. That was like a motivational video. But now, yeah, I'm watching. So go to the scene. What is this? I think we made a mistake on the scale part. I mean, not the scale part. By the way, let's go back in here. This, press F to center, and let's add the box collider. And the box collider. Let's press this. Actually, we don't. Resize it. So press extend. 10 and then negative 0.5. So that. Oh. I like that. That's the best. So that's the grass thing. And these are all the layers. But I think the wind is broken. I think the wind is way too big. Let's move 0.1. 0.1 for the scale of the wind, because everything is going up and down at the same time. You know what? Let's play. It's easier if you play. Walk around the grass, because while playing, we could actually manipulate the shells while playing. So let's play. New world, okay. There we go. As you can see, the grass. Actually, let's walk outside. Oh, this is so treaty. The grass is like dancing all around because of the wind. So I guess first of all, I think the wind is way too fast. Let's make it 0.1. There we go. You know what? Height. Shell offset. Let's make it 1 or 2. You know what? Let's make it 1. 0.1. And this is going to be 0.5. Oh. I think it's lagging. By the way, if it's lagging, you could just do it like this, every other plane, and then turn it off. And then yeah, still lags a bit, but you just remove the texture, and the texture is a bit weird, so I'm going to make this go out for a bit. Okay. All we have to do is, well, manipulate it. Click all of this, shift click this, and maybe the problem is the wind doesn't show like everything. Maybe this, let's make this 30. I can't see the wind texture. I want to be able to see the wind's texture moving, so maybe we also have to, there we go, see that? See those tiny things? That's what I want to see. Let's go make it lower. Look at that, that's beautiful. Now, my grass is bad because it's just a fairly noise. But look at that. You know what? I think it's way too small. Let's make it 3. There we go. So yeah, that's what I was trying to create, where the one that's glowing is the one that's higher height. So if you're here, look at this grass. Although yeah, it's super weird because we turned off every other thing. If you turn it on, now it looks better. But it looks bad because fairly nice. You should make your own texture. You can make like a circular like thing. The wind is kind of working. Gives me like underwater vibes. Of course, to change the color, maybe make it red. No, that's weird. You can make this black. Boom. Now you have a black, red, kind of, I don't know. It's like we're in a tongue of a whale or something. Look at that. And the rotation kind of jumps up. Of course, you could change the direction. Let's make the 0. So the reason why the direction is 0.1 is because if you make this higher, it's also going to be faster. So the direction also affects the wind speed. So the direction is now going towards us. If we make this negative, it's going away us. So the wind. So as you can see, if you change the direction, it also changes the entire texture of the wind. I don't know how to make it so that if you change it, it will only move the wind. You guys know, please teach me. So this is shell texturing. Let's make this higher. Make it taller. And there we go. You could walk around. Kind of lags. I guess it's too much texture. I also want to know how to make this less laggy. Maybe it's because my texture is 512 by 512. Maybe if I made the texture lower, it would become better. But yeah, let's change this to 0. Let's see, something like this. So this is why I want it to be. It's like interstellar thing. This is why I want the shell scale to be vector too, so you could change like x-axis or y-axis. I could make it 0.001, something like that. Let's go 0.1. 0.1 again. Weird. This makes me make it 0.2. There we go. I'm like in a different world or something. If it's laggy, like I said, I mean, you could turn off parts of this. And if you turn it off, look at that. It's the different feel to it. This one. It's less laggy now. Oh, it's lagging. Let's go to the pop-up. Actually. And let's turn everything on. So look at it like that. Then it's lagging. If I don't look at it, oh, it's not lagging. If I look at it, now it's lagging. Yeah. There you have it. Shell texturing, you could change it. Let's go back here. Since this is a layer, you could like change, like for example, this you want flowers here, or in the top here you want flowers, and change the texture to flowers. That's a good thing about this. And yeah, what if we go white? Ooh, look at that, beautiful. Now we're underwater or something. What if it's white? And then make this, I don't know, blue. Where are we? What if I make this like this? No, it kind of looks like clouds, I guess. Trying to make clouds. That's just, I mean, yeah, it's very noticeable. Okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you could use this on your games also. This is what I'm going to use for my grass. Of course I'm going to change the texture. But it looks good maybe for like an underwater area. Because I have water here. I could turn it on. And now we're underwater. See, I'm in a swimming position. My character is swimming. So this could be like an underwater area. Look at this. Like this could be like underwater moss or something. And then you could go up, swim up to the water over there. We're underwater right now. We're not drowning. Guess I haven't made this brown. Oh, I'm still in the water. Oh, that's a bug. There we go. Anyway. What else? Yeah, you could experiment on it. Because if you make it very high, it's going to break. Let's make this 3. Boom, look at that. Look at that. Of course it doesn't have any collision. Yeah. See, you can make like, look at this. Imagine you're swimming underwater and then see this and then you don't know what's going on. But if you're like a normal gamer, you won't know what's going on. But if you're like, it's kind of like, looks like one of those ice things. Thanks for watching. Ta-da.